Teen gets suspended from school after making a heroic move for his sick sister. Does it make sense to punish kids by letting them stay home from school? Many parents say no. But one teen in Texas received this penalty anyway, but not for the reason you'd think. He pulled off a heroic move on his sick sister's behalf, and the school punished him for it. But when he was confronted about his actions, he delivered an incredible response that tore through his community.
Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
The Johnson family was a happy one. They lived out a peaceful existence in Poth, Texas, where Dad, Alan, and Mom, Jamie, worked hard to provide a good childhood for their kids Newt, Jasper, and Maggie. Maggie, the youngest, was in 5th grade. She attended Poth Elementary while Jasper went to Poth Junior High. Newt, the oldest at 16, was a student at Poth High School. Soon, however, the children's education became complicated. On an ordinary day in October, Maggie became very ill, complaining of debilitating cramps and crippling nausea. Incredibly alarmed and confused, her parents rushed with her to the local children's hospital. Once the family arrived, they learned the awful truth about their cherished daughter's condition. It was worse than any of them ever could have imagined, and it seemed like just the day before, she was completely fine. In reality, Maggie was not completely fine. The doctors broke the tragic news to the Johnsons. Their little girl had kidney failure. Something wasn't right, though. The girl had been young, active, and seemingly healthy. It just wasn't adding up. Then, the second bombshell was revealed. Maggie's kidney failure was a result of granulomatosis with polyangiitis, a rare autoimmune disease. No one had had any idea until that fateful day at the Santa Rosa Children's Hospital. This disease inflames the blood vessels in the nose, sinuses, throat, lungs, and kidneys. It's extremely uncommon as well as incredibly dangerous. A lack of treatment could spell death for a patient. The symptoms of the illness are varied but may include prolonged sinus infections, nosebleeds, numbness, and joint pain. And the side effects from her treatments weren't much better. With chemo and dialysis, Maggie wasn't looking forward to one particular reaction. Granulomatosis also causes hair to fall out. Maggie, who had always cherished her bright red locks, was totally devastated. Her life was already going to change in so many ways, and now she wouldn't even look like herself. Suddenly, in the midst of all the despair, her 16-year-old brother Newt remembered something. He recalled how Maggie had always complimented him on his flowing locks. At that moment, he knew exactly what he had to do. The teen decided to grow his hair out for his baby sister. He felt compelled to do anything in his power to help her on the long and trying journey she had ahead. It was the least he could do. It made me feel good that I could do something for her, Newt said. He loved his sister, and seeing her in pain hurt him more than anything else. However, there was one obstacle that would conflict majorly with his heartwarming plan. In order to grow the amount of hair necessary if Maggie were to need a wig, he'd need between 8 and 14 inches. The issue was that this violated the rules laid out in his school's handbook. See, Poth High School had very strict rules regarding the length of boys' hair, stipulating that it shall not extend beyond the ear opening on the sides nor beyond the top of a dress shirt collar in the back. Hair may not extend over the top of the eyebrow, hang over the face and eyes, or be distracting to others or self, the guidelines continued. Newt was not typically a rule breaker, but in this instance, he felt he had to make an exception. So, as the weeks went by and his hair began to grow longer and longer, school officials did not take this infraction lightly. Eventually, they gave him an ultimatum: cut it, or he wouldn't be permitted to return to school. It really stressed me out because I already worried about my sister, the adult teen remarked. The school was making an already incredibly difficult situation even worse by complicating the one way that Newt knew he could help Maggie. The deadline that Poth High School had given Newt came and went, and so one day, he got to class and received an unwelcome surprise. His hair was in violation of the dress code. School officials called his mom, and she was forced to pick the teen up. However, no matter what the school said, Newt wasn't going to stop his efforts to help his sister. He was forced to make a dramatic decision. The 16-year-old opted to be homeschooled. It wasn't how Newt had envisioned his high school career going, but at that point, nothing else mattered. "I don't understand why he has to get in trouble for doing this for me," Maggie woefully remarked. The school issued a response, but not a very convincing one. It was never about not supporting a sick child, insisted Paula, the district's superintendent. She went on to emphasize the $3,000 raised by the district in support of the struggling family. However, no amount of money could replace the priceless gift that Newt was giving his sister. Not only would she have a wig in the event that all her hair did fall out, but she knew for certain just how far her brother's love extended. Please share this with your friends and family.